scoring, rebounding, and finding my teammates.
You have a take on that, on where you are right now?
I think, my strength is being able to score the ball. And I think I've been able to do that pretty well in my entire career. But, like you said, it's a grown man league. You got guys that are 10, 12 years older than you out there, and, I'm still 19. So it's tough, but you got to get stronger.
What about you? I mean, you've surprised a lot of other people showing what you can do. What do you feel like you've got down or you can do for years to come, and what needs to get better?
Offensively, I feel like it's come a lot quicker than I anticipated, but so I think that's pretty much one of my strengths right now. But being able to guard different types of guards every night, like Ben said, he goes from guarding John Wall to Kyrie. There was a stretch we played where I guarded Clay, Dame, Westbrook, and then Harden all within like 2 weeks. So being able to not only guard them but impact them, make nights difficult for them. Not just saying, he only had 30, he only had 15, he only had 20, and it's going to take time. But those are the type of nights that that I want to be able to give players nightmares defensively.
Jayson, thinking back just a few months ago to draft night, how much of all of this were you really prepared for, and how much of it do you just have to learn by doing?
Going back to what I thought I knew and, going through it, it's not as tough as you think, but it's not nearly as easy as you think it'll be.
Tough, the basketball part or the rest of it?
Both, because it's your job now. So it's basketball, then it's all your other obligations off the court, appearances, commercials, interviews, things like that. And then the thing that people don't understand is traveling. Because in college, if you play a road game, you go a day early and you come back after the game. But in the NBA, you be gone for 12 days, 5 different cities, don't know what day it is, what hotel you at. And, mentally that can be tough, especially for, your first year.
Laurie, what were you prepared for?
Yeah, I thought I was well prepared for this draft, and I know what to expect, but it was definitely new to me. Like, I had a lot of stuff going on and have to figure it out. There's no other way.
And how much better prepared do you think you were for having been around the league for a year?
I think it's easy to kind of look at it like that, and then once you're actually in it, it's completely different.
So it didn't matter?
Yeah, you kind of know like what's going on, but at the same time, it's a whole different, monster. You got to be up for practice, back-to-back games, things like that, recovering. You just got to find time to do it and get it done.
Like draft night, there was so many emotions and whatnot, and then you feel excited, and then you get there and you ride. I think you all could agree, you ride that excitement and adrenaline for the first month and a half of the season, and then you start to feel like, oh, all right, this is what they're talking about, and then you start to be like, all right, this is now you got to push through it, and now you understand. But it doesn't really hit you until about a month and a half, 2 months in, where you start to realize that this is what everybody's been talking about, the back-to-backs, the long road trips and whatnot.
I want to talk to you about how other players view and treat rookies in the NBA as you try to find your place in the league. How do they, opposing players in particular, how do they treat you? How do they test you on the floor? How do they talk to you?
Different situations where, they've kind of known I've been in the league, but, once you're on the court, it's different. Physicality-wise, they're physical with you. They'll say whatever they want to you just because you're a rookie. You may not get certain calls, things like that. But you kind of got to stand your ground and not take it from anybody. I think that's the one thing that I learned this season so far.
You had a little thing with Kyle Lowry at the end of a game?
Lowry and Simmons going to be double technicals, and they've both been ejected.
Not a huge thing, but you both got ejected. Is that just sort of a rite of passage?
I think it's just one of those things where I'm just not going to back down from anybody, especially not my first season. I think, it comes with it, but you got to stand your ground.
What about you, Laurie? What's been your experience with opposing players trying to test you as a rookie?
Well, I haven't had too many guys coming at me vocally, but they're definitely trying to test you, just trying to punk you, and if the person scores on you, they're going to keep coming at you.
LeBron goes right at the rookie, takes his time and scores.
So physically, or they're just going to attack?
Both are a lot bigger guys than I am, especially down in the post. It's different.
Yeah, I would say not so much vocally. they're not really saying that much, but they try to get physical with you because, I mean, they know that it's our first year. You know, we're young. And, I mean, you just got to think about it. You know, in our 7th, 8th year in the league, if a rookie's guarding us, you know, we're going to go at him. So it's nothing personal, but it's just how it goes.
And do you feel like if somebody's trying to get physical with you, Donovan, you just got to push through it, or you've got to let them know you're there a little bit?
I love it. You know, I love being like, you know, guys wanting to kind of welcome you, I guess, to the NBA. You know, I like that challenge. I've always loved a challenge. So, you know, there have been times where dudes have tried to, you know, post me up, or like instances like, you know, the biggest thing in the league, like if you got a small dude on you and you like a power forward, whatever, like you're like, baby, like that's what you hear from the bench all the time. Like, I like that type of stuff. I mean, just it's competitive and it's fun, but at the same time, like Ben said, like you gotta let them know, like, I'm here. You know, like I don't care if you're 10 years older than me or 33 years, how many years you got in the league, like I'm here and I'm here to play. You know, I think that's the biggest thing. And there'll be games where, you know, sometimes you get the best of the veterans, but you got to remember, like, we played New Orleans. I had 41, right? And the next game, Drew Holiday came and went at me from the beginning, like just completely went at me. And I had forgot about the 41-point game. I forgot about, and that was like the beginning of the month. And my coach warned me. He said, be ready. Like, he's going to come right at you. Came out and completely killed me the whole game. Like, you know, so you just got to understand that one dudes take things personally, you know, and they're always ready to challenge you.
By the way, that's twice already he's mentioned the 41-point game. So just to, let's keep it a little scoreboard here. Who's been the toughest player you've had